Hi guys, it's Kristjan from Base here, and just bringing you our top 3 buy-to-let investment picks for London and resident properties that we've spotted on Zoopla this week. So first things first, in our first price category up to 500,000, this 3-bed on with Irwin Fishers caught my eye. 3-bed in E7, so Leighton area. 3-bed offers over 310. Probably expecting offers around that price, to be fair. We would expect a property like this in that area to achieve somewhere around sort of 1750, maybe 1850 a month in rent. Looking at the photos of the property, generally looks in good nick, nice kitchen. Obviously most of the furniture will probably go, so might need some minor cosmetic things, but 2 bathrooms in there, so good for sharers. But yeah, you should be looking at about a 7% yield on this. Now, there are a couple of caveats. The agent has not disclosed the tenure. I would expect this property to be a leasehold standard for a flat, really. So you do just need to make sure if it is leasehold, really want that lease to have at least 100 years left on it. So you need to make sure that, and obviously check what the ground rent and service charges are. But located right next to West Ham Park. Forest Gate Station's just over half a mile away, and Plastow similar. But yeah, really good strong yield. I can't really think of the last time I saw a yield coming up at about 7%, particularly down at this end of the market. And that is well under our 500k price bracket as well. So probably one of the most affordable investment properties we've seen for a while now, and especially 3 bedrooms for that price. I would get on the case and contact Irwin Fishers straight away, find out that leasehold and service charge information, and go from there. Moving across to our 750 price bracket, this property caught my eye. Now this is actually in my neighbourhood, so I know this property really well. So it's the Regent's Canal, right by Broadway Market, which is a really desirable area to live. The market has bars and restaurants weekly, and then Saturday and Sunday it runs a market, as the name would suggest. Obviously you've got this lovely canal with walkways and cycle paths. You've also got London Fields and Haggerston Park in this area, so super desirable location in terms of tenants who want that sort of East London lifestyle on their doorstep. Another tick in the box is it's a ground floor property with a private outside garden. Kitchen looks really well equipped and to a decent standard. So again, looking at the cosmetic standard of this property, first floor, but a decent sized private balcony, so it looked like a garden below. In fact, actually it's probably a maisonette, so it probably benefits from a patio and a balcony, so 2 outside spaces. Again, tenure not disclosed, so it will be leasehold, but you'll need to verify how many years are left on that lease. But the good news is, being ex-council, ground rent are typically peppercorn level, so 10 to 50 and usually £10 a year. Service charges are typically lower than average as well, primarily just paying for your buildings insurance and maybe lift maintenance, but that tends to be it. Like I said, really well located, right on the canal, with a lot happening on its doorstep. We would expect a property like that to achieve somewhere in the region of about £3,000 a month in rent. That could even be pushed a little bit further depending on how it was furnished and presented. But again, largely doesn't look like it needs much. Potentially a fresh lick of paint, some new furniture, but really that looks good to go, and would be highly desirable, so it would be very easy to fill in the current marketplace. So great opportunity. If you like that one, get in touch with the Dexter's office in Hackney straight away. And then last but not least, is this property marketed by the Kings Group. So this is in our 750 to £1 million bracket. Now again, at the bottom end of the bracket for a change, and it is this 5-bedroom terrace house in Walthamstow, E17. So popular area, really good location, close to Lee Valley Park, and you've got the Walthamstow Wetland Centre, which is stunning. They've got a lovely cafe there, really nice social area, and you've got plenty of green parks. And James Street Tube overground just 0.2 miles away, so really nice and close. And again, scrolling through this property, living space looks well set out, garden is not too big, which to be honest for a rental property is probably what you want. I mean, again, you can see in the photos here, lick of paint is needed, probably a little bit of tidying up around the edges. You might want to make this garden a bit of a lower maintenance garden for tenants, just so it keeps looking good tenancy by tenancy. Our experience being is that tenants do often struggle to look after gardens to a good standard, but light filled rooms, looks like it's got double glazing fitted to many of the spaces, so EPC rating should be reasonable. Lots of built-in storage, great kitchen, lots of appliances in there, nice and light living space, so really good sort of communal living areas. Depending on whether you're renting this, the idea would be to rent this to a family. Now obviously the benefit of targeting families, you can typically sidestep regulation requirements on licensing around HMOs. I don't know how strong the family demand is at the top end of the market, that's the only question, but worst case scenario you would need to get a HMO license. And I do think that doing rooms or indeed renting the property to sharers would probably see you achieve the highest income, but like I said, renting to a family might just be that little bit easier. But really nice light filled rooms throughout the property. Yeah, everything looks pretty ready to go. So 5 bedrooms at 750k, and that seems like a bargain. And again, we would be expecting a property like this to achieve at least 3.5 a month. And potentially a bit more depending exactly how it's finished and furnished, and whether you choose, like I said, to market to families or sharers. Great thing obviously being a house freehold, so you don't have to concern yourself about years left on the lease, no ground rent, no service charges. So yeah, I mean, again, a 5 bedroom in London in a good location for 750k seems like a bit of a deal to me. So there are 3 great properties for you to take a look at. If you do like what you've seen, do get in touch with the agents in question. Make sure you get those vital bits of information from the agent, and get in there, get your bids in fast, because these all look really good.